Okay, we're on worksheet number 10. We're continuing the questions from question number 21. The price of a business ticket from the same journey with another airline is 2240. Let's just read it as the price of a business ticket on an airline is 2240. The part 1, the price of the first class ticket is 70% more than a business ticket. Calculate the price of the first class ticket. So all we need to do is increase this price of 2240 by 70%, and an increase of 70% means we have to find 170% of 2240, which will give us $3808. Part 2, the price of a business ticket is 180% more than an economy ticket. So we have the price of an economy ticket, and when we increase it by 180%, we get this value 2240. So this is the case of reverse percentage. So I taught you what you need to do. Write 2240, and instead of writing 280 over 100, you will write 100 over 280. Why 280? Because we need to increase the value by 180%. So 100 plus 180 is 280. When you will multiply these, you should get 800. Answer for part 2. Question number 22. 240 is an increase of 60% on the number of women on the train the previous day. Calculate the number of women on the train the previous day. So again, this is a case of reverse percentage. Write 240, multiply that with 100 over 160. 160 because 100 plus 60% is 160, and this will give us 150. Question number 23. 92 kilometers is 15% more than the distance from C town to D town. Calculate the distance from C town to D town. Again, reverse percentage. 92 times 100 over 115, which will give 80. Question number 24. During a marathon race, an athlete loses 2% of his mass. At the end of the race, his mass is 67.13. Calculate the mass before the race. So we're finding a previous value. Again, this is reverse percentage. 67.13 times 100 over during a marathon race, an athlete loses 2% of his mass. So 100 minus 2 is 98. So this will give us 68.5 kgs. Question number 25. In a sale, Marine buys a new camera for $483. This is a reduction of 8% on the original price. So there's some original price. When we reduce that original price by 8%, we get 483. Calculate the original price. So again, reverse percentage. Write 483 times 100 over 8% reduction means 92%. So 100 over 92 times 483, which gives 525. Question number 26. ML makes a profit of 20% when she sells a shirt for 21.60. Calculate how much ML paid for the shirt. So we're finding we have a value that we need to find, and 20% increase in this value gives us 21.6. This is reverse percentage. So write 21.6 times 100 over 120. So because it's a 20% increase, so this will give us 80. Question number 27. Roman sells a dress for 42.60 after making a profit of 20% on the cost price. Calculate the cost price. So reverse percentage. 100 over 20% profit, which means 120 times 42.6, which gives us 35.5. Question number 28. In 2012, the cost of a ticket to an art festival was $30. This was 20% more than the ticket cost in 2011. Calculated the ticket cost in 2011. So reverse percentage again. 100 over 120 times 30, which gives 25. Question number 29. Shauna buys a chair in a sale for $435.6. This is a reduction of 12% on the original price. Calculate the original price. So reverse percentage again. 100 over a reduction of 12% means 100 minus 12, 88 times 435.6, which gives us 495. Question number 30. Anita buys a computer for $391 in a sale. The sale price is 15% less than the original price. Calculate the original price. So simply, this is a question of reverse percentage. So with 391, we multiply 100 over 15% less, means 100 minus 15, 85, which will give us 460. Question number 31. The cost of 1 liter of fuel in May 2015 was $0.88. This was a decrease of 20% on the cost in May 2014. Calculate the cost of 1 liter of fuel in May 2014. So again, a question of reverse percentage. For that, with 0.88, you multiply 100 over a decrease of 20% means 80. So this will give 1.1. Question number 32. Indra buys a television in a sale for $924. This was a reduction of 12% on the original price. Calculate the original price. So 924 times 100 over 100 minus 12 will be 88. This will give us 1050. Question number 33. Jasjeet and her brother collect stamps. When Jasjeet gives her brother 1% of her stamps, she has 2475 stamps left. How many stamps Jasjeet had originally? So she had certain number of stamps, and when she gave away 1% of those, she is left with 2475. So this is a reverse percentage question. For that, you multiply 2475 with 100 over 1% less means 99, which will give us 2500. Question number 34. Ahmed paid $34,000 for a car. His car decreased in value by 40% at the end of first year. So, and the value at the end of the second year was 10% less than the value at the end of the first year. Calculate value of Ahmed's car after 2 years. So he bought it for $34,000, and at the end of the first year the price goes down by 40%. So that means we have to find 60% of 34,000 to get the remaining value. So 60% of 34,000 is 20,400. This is the price at the end of the first year. Then the value at the end of the second year is 10% less than the value at the end of the first year. So now bring this down further by 10%. For that, we have to find 90% of this value. So 90% of answer, which gives us $18360. Question number 35. Children go to camp on holiday. Part A, Fatma buys bananas and apples for the camp. Part 1, banana costs $0.85 per kg. Fatma buys 20 kgs of banana and receives 14% discount. How much does she spend on bananas? So without the discount, the bananas would cost 20 kgs and each kg costs 0.85. This gives us 20 times 0.85 gives us $17. This was the original price. On this she gets a discount of 14%. So discount of 14% means 100 minus 14, which is 88. Find 88% of 17 and we will get 14.62. Part 2. Fatma spends $16.4 on apples after a discount of 18%. Calculate the original price of the apple. So this is a case of reverse percentage. 16.4 times 100 over 100 minus 18, which is 88. So 100 over 88 times 16.4, which is 100 minus 18 is not 88, it's 82. So we write 82 here. So 100 over 82 times 16.4, which gives us 20. Question number 36. After 1 year, the value of Annie's car had reduced by 20%. At the end of the second year, the value of Annie's car had reduced by a further 15% of its value at the end of the first year. Part 1, calculate the overall percentage reduction in the 2 years. So for that, in the first year the price reduces by 20%. That means we're left with 80% of a value, right? And then of the original value of the class and of the car. And then at the end of the second year, the value of any car had reduced by a further 15%. That means we're left with 85% of the original value. This will give us 62 over 100. So that means the value of the car is 62% of its original value. So this corresponds to 62%. So what is the overall reduction? The overall reduction will be 100 minus 60, this will be 68 here. So 100 minus 68 is 32%. Okay, for part 2, let's try to visually explain the question, visibly write the data of the question. So after 1 year, the value of Annie's car had reduced by 20%. So she had some initial value that reduced by 20% in the first year. So and she has a new value at the end of the first year. Then this value further reduces by 15% at the end of the second year. At the end of the first year. So first you had some initial value which reduced by 20% and then it reduced by another 15%. So she has a new value now at the end of the second year. And we found the overall percentage reduction. How did we do that? For part 1, we did 80% of reduction means 80% is left of any particular value. Then a further 15% reduction means 85% is left of a particular value. We saw that this gives us 68% is left. That means overall percentage reduction is 100 minus 68, which is 32. So that's how we got the answer for part 1. Now part 2 says after 3 years, so there's another year added to it. After 3 years, the overall percentage reduction in the value for Annie's car is 48.84%. So the overall reduction from here to here is 40.84%. Alright, so calculate the percentage reduction at the end of the third year. So we need the value percentage reduction in the third year. So if we're calling that X, so we know at the end of the first year the percentage reduction was 20%, so we're left with 80% of the initial value. Then the percentage reduction in the second year was 15%, which means we're left with 85% of the initial value. And then there's reduction of X% in the third year. and let's say 100 minus x, let's say that's y. So that means we write y percent is left at the end of the third year. So we write y over 100, and what is the overall percentage reduction? That will be 100. What is the overall percentage left? Now that will be 100 minus 40.84, which gives us 59.16%. So 59.16% of the original value is left. So find y using this cross multiply, divide, and you will get 87%. This is the overall percentage left. So what is the overall percentage reduction? That will be 100 minus 87, which gives us 13%. Question number 37. In a sale, the football club shop reduced the price of a football shirt to $23.8. An error was made when working out the sale price. The price was reduced by 30% instead of 20%. Calculate the correct sale price for the football. So first we find the original price. So there was an original price that got reduced by 30%, and the answer is 23.8. We have to find the original value, so we're applying reverse percentage. 23.8 times 100 over 70. This will give us 100 over 70 times 23.8, which gives us 34. So 34 was the original price of the shirt. It has to be reduced by 20%. So reduce 34 by 20%. Simply find 80% of 34, which will give us 27.2. Question number 38, part 1. In 2008, Hansi earned $7,800. He earned 15% more in 2009. Calculate how much he earned in 2009. So for part 1, we'll simply increase 7,800 by 15%. So that means we have to find 115% of 7,800. 115% of 7,800, which gives us 8,970. Part 2. In 2010, he earned 10% more than in 2009. Calculate the percentage increase in his earning from 2008 to 2010. So in 2008, he earned 7,800. And then in 2009, we know he earned 8,970. And then in 2010, he earned 10% more of this value. So to find 10% more of this value, simply do 110% of 8,970. 110 over 100 times 8,970. This gives us 9,867. Question says calculate the percentage increase in his earning from 2008 to 2010. So percentage increase is the increase in value over original value times 100. Increase in value will be 9,867 minus 7,800 over original value is 7,800 times 100%. So 9,876 minus 7,800. This gives us 2,067 divided by 7,800 times 100, which gives us 26.5%. Part C. Megan just a second. Part C, yes. So Megan earned 9,720 in 2009. This was 20% more Then she earned in 2008. How much did she earn in 2008? So reverse percentage, 100 over 20% more means 120 times 9720, which will give us 8100. Answer for part C. Alright, question number 39. This is the last question of this exercise, and this is relatively a tricky question. So I would like for you to pause and attempt this question on your own. And if you're able to do it, do leave me a text message and show me your working, because I'd like to see how you did it, and do let me know if you're able to do it on your own. So okay, here's my solution to it. In a car magazine, 25% of the pages are used for selling second-hand cars. 62.5% of the remaining pages are used for features, and other 36 pages are used for reviews. Work out the total number of pages in the magazine. Now we're given in a lot of percentages, a lot of information, and we're only given this number 36. And from this 36, we have to build back to the original number of cars. So let's see how we can break this question down. So there's a car magazine which has a certain number of pages, which we work out the total number of pages in the magazine. So we have to find the number of pages in this magazine, right? And we're told that 25% of the pages are used for selling second-hand cars. So 25% of the pages will be used for selling second-hand cars, and these are the number of pages used for selling the second-hand car. Next, 62.5% of the remaining pages. So let's find out, or let's make a block for the remaining pages first. So 25% represents the data at the left, so 75% will represent this data. Now 62.5% of the remaining pages are used for features, so 62.5% are used for features, and the other 36 pages are used for reviews. So we're given these number of pages. These are 36 pages which will be used for reviews. So if this is 62.5%, 36 will be 100 minus 62.5%, which gives us 37.5%, 37.5%. So from this data here, we have to build back to the original number of pages. Alright, so how do we do that? We know that I'm doing the working over here. We know 37.5% represents 36 pages. Then 62.5% will represent how many pages? So cross multiply. X equals to 36 times 62.5 divided by 37.5. 36 times 62.5 divided by 37.5, which gives us 60. So we have 60 pages here, and total pages here will be 60 plus 36, which gives us 96. So we have 96 pages over here. Now 75% represents 96 pages. Then 25% will represent how many pages? Cross multiply this. Y will be 96 times 25 over 75. 25 over 75. This will give us 32. So we'll get 32 over here. And the total number of pages would be 32 plus 96, which is 128, which is the answer. That's all for percentages. You will have a test from the previous 3 worksheets on Friday, which will be tomorrow. So you'll have a test from worksheet 8, pie charts, worksheet 9, map scales, and worksheet 10, percentages on Friday. And Friday is 10th April 2020. All right. Okay. Allah Hafiz. Take care.